Welcome back to Inside Healthcare. Joining us now are integrative nurses from the Woodbury Senior Living. So we're glad to have you with us. Why don't you tell us a little bit who you are and a little bit about what you do at the Woodbury Senior Living?
I'm Rachel Charleston-Porter, and I'm the current Director of Integrative Health and Wellness at Woodbury Senior Living. And what I do there is provide clinical visits for our residents and staff, looking at their well-being too. And also I'm a part of initiatives and programming that support health and well-being in our facility.
Okay, we'll get a little bit more into what that entails. And Amy?
Yes, my name is Amy Korberg, and I'm an integrative nurse clinician at Woodbury Senior Living. And my role has kind of morphed. So I started out creating the program about 4.5 years ago, I think it was, building the integrative program. And we started in the TCU, and since then it was successful. So we hired on Rachel, and now my role is actually going out and doing more program initiatives and staff training at some of our other sites. So I also do that. We're rolling out at Birchwood up in Forest Lake, and we'll be moving into Providence Place in South Minneapolis.
Wow, so you get around quite a bit.
Get around.
So you mentioned integrative services and stuff. I think our viewers might go, what is integrative? You know, unless they've experienced it personally. So what exactly is that?
Integrative health is looking at the whole person. Body, mind, and spirit. It's on the same theme as what the Woodbury Thrives folks were talking about, looking at the whole person, and within that offering ways of comfort and relaxation, integrative therapies we call them, something like massage or energy work with healing touch, essential oils, and being able to offer those kinds of things. And it's also about presence.
And I should confess, that's how I first met you, was I got a hand massage at the Woodbury 50th anniversary celebration, so that was wonderful. Everyone's going, well, you got to go get the hand massage. They're in the other room there. And it was so, you had some of the oils or the sprays, it smelled wonderful, it was peaceful and calming, and then of course the hand massage was like, oh, I don't want to move now, so relaxed. And then you mentioned the TC care. What is that for our viewers who might not be familiar with it?
Well, Transitional Care Unit is that unit that's really when you're in transition. So maybe coming from the acute care setting, like the hospital setting, and you're not quite ready to go home yet. You need more further therapy to get your strength back up. So Transitional Care Unit is there to provide those services to get your strength up and hopefully get you back home again. But it may be such that you may transition into another environment that might be right for you, whether it's memory care or long-term care.
So I think when people think of that, they might think, okay, so that might involve some therapy or some other care, but I don't think they think of integrative care.
Right.
So how does that help these people reduce their pain, reduce their anxiety, even perhaps some depression? What do you do and how does that work?
Well, I think what we really see is people in transitional care and also long-term care and memory care, there's such a possibility for pain and pain and
especially if they've had surgery and recovering.
And there's a cycle that happens with pain and anxiety that they can spiral up, and providing our integrative services can help to break that cycle, break that spiral. So when you promote relaxation, when you ease the anxiety, then the pain can also be eased, and it works together. Sometimes we just do things like breathing, just teaching some breathing techniques, and that can be so informative and helpful for someone to just think, I just need to breathe a little deeper.
And Amy, can you kind of demonstrate when we're talking about breathing? What are we talking about?
Sure. So when you think about when you get stressed, what do? We tend to hold our breath, right? Or we breathe up here like, and so that signals the body to start pouring on stress hormones and starting to raise your, stress experience. And so if we can drop back into the belly and remember to breathe like we do as children, or remember to breathe like we do when we're sleeping, that triggers the body to say, oh, we're relaxed. Let's start to put the relaxation response. So a simple thing we can do, and viewers at home, you want to do this with me, you can. Just put your hand on your belly. And as we breathe in, I want you to just relax your muscles. There you go. And breathe in, letting your belly expand. And exhale, letting your belly fall back in. Another image that I've started to use that's really effective. When we get stressed, we tend to feel tight. And so if you think of yourself like a sponge, and I may say imagine yourself like a sponge, and imagine yourself being dipped into warm water, and just start to feel your cells start to expand and open like a sponge.
Oh, it gives me like a warm
Yeah,
feeling.
it's just a sense of like expansion, so that you're then more able to receive what we're going to offer.
Well, we better not get too much relaxed for the director and the rest of the crew here.
I know.
Before they all fall asleep here.
Yeah.
So, just reducing that can reduce physical pain. Mm-hmm. And how does that do that then?
It can happen in various ways. When you give a hand massage or a foot massage, a massage can increase circulation, can increase the positive hormones that we have in our bodies called endorphins. It can be a distraction, and our brains can only handle so much. So when there's good things coming through, then the pain impulses can be eased. So there's a lot of that working together. Sometimes I think we also really see that just the presence and the attention, holding the space for people can be so therapeutic, and that can also allow people to just sort of let go, and that can help the pain.
I can't imagine as a nurse how gratifying that could be to be able to provide this to your patients and just see the transformation of relaxed and the anxiety's gone. And
Jody, that is one of my biggest joys, is being able to offer these tools to other nurses to use and really help them remember what nursing is about. Going back to our roots of Florence Nightingale, when we didn't have all the medications, we didn't have all the technology, and people still got better. And a lot of that is coming back to our presence and using touch, listening to stories, like we talked about. So, and then, I'd be remiss not to say that there is a very effective tool. One of the tools that we are trained in is energy work for pain, specifically. And the show is not long enough to get into it, but just to know that I've been doing it for 20 years, and it never ceases to amaze me how effective that can be for some people, if they want it.
Mm-hmm. And stories, what does that have to do with healing?
We tend to use that a lot. I actually have a space, I use that a lot in our memory care unit, and I do some story theater where people with memory care may not remember, be able to reminisce, but can certainly make up. And so we use some props, and we do some storytelling and just imagining what could be, what's a day in the life, and do some different things. And it can that's very relaxing and fun and engaging, and laughter is part of relaxing too. And so we have a lot of fun with that. And we hear a lot of stories too during visits. I'm surprised often when I'm giving a hand massage, just memories coming up from someone who is remembering some things from childhood. It's pretty fun.
That's right. They're very powerful.
Yeah, I would think it could be frightening for a patient when they can't remember things and how isolated they might feel and stuff. So that would all be really helpful. You also you said music and oils. Well, I know personally I use lavender oil. I spray on my pillow, and that helps me relax and get to sleep. And
so we use essential oils, which are, it's an organic therapeutic grade oil, specifically blended and chosen for some of the common symptoms we see at the healthcare center. So if it's nausea, for instance, we might do ginger or mandarin. Sleep, you mentioned lavender. We have a blend called calming oil, which is very helpful. So we have specifically chosen those because they can be so effective and very non-invasive,
Well, I'm afraid we're out of time. This has been so fun to have you. We'll have to come back another time and talk about some of the other things that you're doing. So if someone wants more information about what you do, you go out in the community, where can they get that?
We have a website, woodburyseniorliving.com, and also on Facebook. You can check out some of the things we're doing. We have an art show going on right now. You can look at some of the pictures, and also some pictures of our new transitional care unit that's opening at the end of the summer. We'll be seeing people in all over.
It's been wonderful to have you with us. Thank you,
Rachel
and
so
Amy.
Much. Thank you so much.
And we'd like to thank you for joining us, and we hope you join us next time on Inside Healthcare. We'll see you then, everyone.